Now what you're going to need to make the floating cup and saucer is you need a hot glue gun or some other strong adhesive. You need some wire that actually keeps its shape. This is just garden wire. So it is bendable, it's very bendable, but it keeps its shape. There is a little bit of force to it because you don't want the weight of your cup to bend your wire. Now what I did was, you need your little wire cutters. I just cut off a little 5-inch piece of wire for mine because my cup's actually quite small. You need to make a hoop, because we need to make the cup float like this. You need to make a hoop on the bottom of your wire like this. Now it's going to sit there. Now very carefully put your finger there and bend your wire up. Once you glue it to the base, it's quite fiddly to get the cup to actually sit and glue it in. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to put it where I need it. But please remember, whatever wire you use, some of the heat from the hot glue will travel down that wire and make it warm. So please be careful. So just put a little bit in. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So all you do is just put your hot glue in and hold it for a few minutes. And then put some more in, but be careful you don't get burnt, because some of these hot glue guns can be very hot. Now you are going to cover this inside, so don't worry about any glue that you get bundled up inside there like that, because you're not going to see it by the time we're finished. So you're just going to have to hold it for a few minutes so it sort of sets itself in position. And then carefully just cover your wire in your hot glue. And that's going to hold your wire in. Now if you don't have a hot glue gun, you can get something that's called epoxy glue. It's where you mix two glues together and it becomes quite strong. Or if you've just got some industrial strength glue, it's just a little bit of trial and error. Now this is quite a small cup. If you've got a bigger cup, you're going to use more hot glue, obviously. So I'm going to set that aside just to dry a little bit. So it will be okay just sitting there like that until it sets and dries. So we'll just leave it to dry. And then we'll attach the cup to the saucer. I'm sorry about the light. So once it sets, we're going to tip it like this, and we're going to glue the wire on the bottom to the saucer. So I'll be back in a few minutes for that. Well, to you I'll be back in a few minutes for that. So now I've got my glue is set in the cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the cup. Just carefully hold it. I'm going to glue the cup to the saucer in place here like this. So I'm just going to hold that there, and then I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to put some down on the saucer so it sticks to the saucer. And then I'm going to cover this little hook in glue just to hold it in. Now just be careful as well, because like I said, the glue is hot and some of the heat may travel up your wire. So please be careful with that. Now I'm just going to hold it for a few minutes. Now I'm going to show you something else as well. Sometimes if you've got a big cup, this is what happens. Now you're going to have to hold that down into that glue until it sets. Bend your wire if you have to. Bend your wire over so the weight of the cup is in the middle of the saucer. If you leave the cup hanging over the end, it may tip over, and you don't want to do that until it all dries. So just hold it, just till it sets. It doesn't take long for hot glue to set at all. But make sure you've got a rubber mat down, because my glue gun, this is a heat resistant mat as well. So there we go. Now that's that stuck in there like that, and your cup stuck in there like that. Now I'm going to set that aside to dry. I've turned my camera to the side so that you can see the way I'm going to glue this little cup. Now this is what it looks like once you've got your wire on and it's had some time to dry. Don't worry about this, it's all going to get covered. Now my daughter Amy got me these. So this is a box full of wonderful, wonderful pieces of watches. Now what I'm going to do is, I've got my glue gun heating up. Now my glue gun's got two settings, so I'm going to put it to low. So I'm going to take some of these watch pieces. Now you need to be careful where your wire is, because if it's too far back, like this, it could tilt your cup up, you see, it won't stand. So you've got to make sure that you've got the centre of gravity correct. So I'm just going to set that to the side there, and we'll pick out of this box all these little watch pieces. There's loads of different bits and bobs in there. So I'm going to get my glue gun. Now my glue gun's on low. I've got two settings on my glue gun. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue along the edge here, and I'm just going to set my little watch face on there and hold it for a minute or two. Now all these little flimsy bits, you'll be able to pick those off. So I'm going to set that piece there. So when, it doesn't matter what angle you've got it from, you're going to see all that nice workings. I'm just going to leave that one there. Now some of these I'm going to turn. I've found that when you do a floating cup, if you work from the bottom up to the inside of the cup, it's going to be much better. Now I'm going to call this little piece Time for Tea. So I'm going to put these to all the different little times, because I think these are wonderful. So all you need to do is just put some little daubs of glue on. And then use your glue and stick your little watch pieces on. To hide. You can have them standing up, you can have them any way you want, and it's going to hide all that glue. But what I'm also going to do on this is when I'm going to put some glue in and around this edge, because what I want to do is I've got some of these little diamond things. I'm going to pop some of these on. It's got some. So these little diamond pieces, I'm going to pop these on because these are going to help to hide that glue as well. But don't worry, once it's all dry and it's been left to set, I'm going to shake all these little loose ones off. That's going to help to hide some of the glue that you've got. Now it's up to you how you decorate it. You can use some of this type of glue to glue your pieces on. You can use flowers. I've got all different types of little roses and things in here as well. I've also got in the bottom of this, I'm going to use this box to put my flowers in. Because I've got myself some, these little old jewellery things. My daughter Amy picks these up for me all the time. Now what you're going to do is you're going to glue up around here as well and stick some of your bits and pieces. But I'm going to stick some of the pearls up and around and inside the glass as well. Because I've got some other little gems and things in there. So I've got some things like this as well, so it's up to you. So I'm going to decorate this and then I'll be back to show you what it looks like once I've got it finished with all my little bits and bobs. So here's my little teacups. Isn't that absolutely wonderful? I did this one with the little roses that I had and the little flowers. I will put it on my little revolving display that I usually show off the work that I've done. And here is our time for tea. So this is the one that I did with all those little watch pieces. Kind of steampunkish. And I put some little pearls and diamonds on. I've covered the back of the wire. So that's all you have to do with these. Once you've got it on the wire, it doesn't take long at all. You can decorate them whatever way you want. Now I will put this one on my little revolving display unit as well. So give these a little try. I'll show you inside there like that. That one's just got a nice little clock face. I did say clock. So I'm going to challenge Sandra to do this. I don't know if Sandra's ever done one of these before. But there we go. I just put some flowers in that one. Now you can decorate these whatever way you want. I really wish I had a little Alice in Wonderland that I could stand there, or that little white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland with a little watch in his hand. There we go. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching, especially all the people who've taken that little bit extra time to subscribe to my channel. So I'd just like to say to everybody, take care and I'll see you all again next time. Goodbye.